Welcome, I'm Dr. Melina Roberts, and I'm going to talk about white refined sugar. Now, white refined sugar, you're going to find it in the usual places like candies, chocolate bars, pop, desserts, pie, cake. And then you're also going to find it in more hidden sources like ketchup. You're also going to find it in sauces and salad dressings, in a lot of processed foods. So there's a lot of ways that we can actually be consuming that white refined sugar. Now, the surprising thing is how much sugar the average person does consume. Because on average, adults are consuming around 22 teaspoons of sugar per day. And children are actually averaging 34 teaspoons of sugar a day. So that's a lot of sugar that most of us are consuming on a daily basis. And this is a huge problem. I would say that there is 6 major problems with consuming white refined sugar. Now, the first one is that white refined sugar really has zero nutritional value in our body. So what's happened is that sugar does start off as a natural substance, either from sugar cane or sugar beet. And then there's a processing that happens where it is stripped of its nutritional value from mechanical ways and chemical ways until it becomes this refined, concentrated, chemically manipulated white refined sugar this is what we know as sugar. And because of this, it actually has zero nutritional value because all of the nutrients have actually been stripped from it. So this is one major problem with white refined sugar. So I would say that it doesn't even go into a food category because of this lack of nutritional value. So the second major problem with white refined sugar is that it actually decreases the immune system. So it decreases the function of that immune system. So what's shown is that the function of the white blood cells is decreased. It actually decreases antibodies in the body in terms of how those antibodies function. And it also affects how the cells are able to bring in vitamin C into those cells, and that can really disrupt the proper function of the immune system. It also disrupts mineral balance in the body, and by disrupting that mineral balance, again, it's another aspect that's decreasing the immune system function. So this is a huge problem. So anytime you're consuming a whole bunch of sugar, that is overall decreasing our immune system and making our immune system weaker to be able to fight off any sort of infectious agent or any sort of toxin that comes into our body. The third problem with white refined sugar is that sugar is actually food for those unhealthy bacteria and fungus and lead to more and more of that overgrowth of that bacteria and fungus and lead to more problems in terms of proper digestion, our immune system, how our body absorbs nutrients, and really affects how our whole system functions when we have these overgrowths of infectious agents in our body. The fourth problem with white refined sugar is it actually leads to a spike in our blood sugars. And when it leads to a spike in our blood sugars, what's happening is that it makes our pancreas have to work really hard to release insulin in order to try to bring those blood sugar levels down to normal levels. Now, if we're doing this on a consistent basis, it actually decreases the function of the pancreas, and over time, this can lead to major problems with the pancreas, some pancreas insufficiency, so it's not working at its best, or even diabetes when we're having these huge spikes multiple times over multiple days, over multiple years. Then we can really have our system weakened from this spike in blood sugars. And so this is a major problem as well, is that it's actually decreasing the function of the pancreas, making that pancreas work way harder than it needs to manage those blood sugar spikes. Now, the fifth problem with white refined sugar is that it actually activates the addictive component of the brain. So in brain scans, when people consume sugar, you can actually see the addiction part of the brain just light up. And it's really interesting research. So what is showing is that white refined sugar has a huge addictive component to it. And so this is another problem with consuming white refined sugar. Now, the sixth problem with white refined sugar is that it's a major inflammatory food. And inflammation over a period of time, what it does is it actually damages tissues. So when we're consuming a lot of white refined sugar, we're actually increasing that inflammation, increasing that fire, and causing damage to cells in our body over a period of time. So these are 6 major problems with us consuming the white refined sugar. Now, I'm okay with people consuming natural sugars, such as real maple syrup, having raw honey, coconut palm sugar, or stevia. So you can still have that sweet taste in some of the foods that you consume, but just not from that white refined sugar, that processed source. So thank you so much for listening. I encourage you to share this video, share this information with your friends. Press the like button, make a comment below, and until next time, continue to learn, grow, and build health.